Hi everyone, this is Mac Pierre-Louis, attorney mediator, arbitrator at mediation.com. We're here at TAM 2022 at the Woodlands Resort north of Houston. And we're here along with my co-host Antela Chaika with Bill Eddy. Bill, the trainer who just gave a very powerful training this morning as the keynote speaker on this Friday, February 25th. We are having him do a little follow-up chat with how that was and for him to explain a little bit about the differences between high conflict mediations and regular mediations. Bill?
Thanks so much, Matt. So in ordinary mediation, you often try to give people insight into their part in the conflict. You talk about past and things that have been problems. You might talk through emotions and all of that. In high conflict mediation, that just blows up. So what we do instead in high conflict mediation is make sure to focus people on the future, make sure to not try to open up emotions. We acknowledge emotions, and then we focus on tasks. And by focusing on tasks, it keeps everybody busy problem solving in the present rather than getting defensive and angry about the past. So those are some of the biggest differences in mediation with high conflict people. And of course, I laid out a 4-step process for doing that.
Thank you.
And of course, you can't summarize this entire huge multi-hour presentation, but what would you perceive as a success of today's session that you just had with us, mediators?
Well, I think what felt successful about it is people had really good questions. They really stayed attentive. They laughed when I had something humorous to say. That's always a good sign. And they really seemed to, I saw a lot of head nodding when I said things that are really surprising. Like one of the things I talked about is to steer clear of trying to make people apologize to each other, because for high conflict people, apologies just turn into a huge argument. So instead, we try to steer away from that and talk about what you want in the future rather than what you didn't like in the past. And so people are nodding their heads yes with that, which I felt good about because that often shocks people, because apologies in 80% or 90% of mediations can be so helpful. But with high conflict people, that's often when things blow up.
Thank you. And can you tell us a little bit about highconflictmediations.com and your organization?
Yeah, so we're highconflictinstitute.com, and we're co-founded, myself and Megan Hunter, in 2008. And so we're 14 years old now, and we're as busy as ever. We thought high conflict would be resolved by now, but it does seem to be still going, and more people are looking for the kinds of tools and techniques that we've developed and the knowledge that we teach. So we have books, we have articles, we have video training, we do consultations, all of that. People come to our website, a huge amount of information.
Yes, and I'll let my partner close us out, but Bill was recently on the podcast along with Dr. Manuso talking about high conflict mediation. So make sure you check out that video on the YouTube channel.
And it's been a pleasure to have you here. And the lecture was absolutely stunning. And I believe that everybody who has a chance to speak or listen to even to Bill Eddy should absolutely do that. There is so much to take away. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.